I never planned to take revenge. I just planned to disappear. Because after what happened that day, staying felt worse than leaving. And it all started in a way I didn't even take seriously at first. Just a group of people spreading a version of me that wasn't real. Small rumors turning into bigger stories. Jokes turning into labels. And suddenly, I wasn't a person anymore. I was a story. Everyone felt allowed to twist. And the worst part wasn't even what they said. It was how quickly people believed it, without ever asking me. Like truth didn't matter, as long as it was entertaining. And at some point, I stopped explaining myself, because I realized no one was actually listening. They were just waiting for their turn to laugh. So I stepped back completely. Not in anger. Not in drama. Just silence. I stopped reacting. Stopped replying. Stopped showing up in places where I was only going to be misunderstood. And slowly people assumed I had lost. That I had faded out. Because I couldn't handle it. But what they didn't know was that silence wasn't weakness. It was observation. Because once you stop being part of the noise, you start seeing how the noise actually works. Who starts it? Who spreads it? Who feeds it? And who just follows it without thinking? And over time, I started noticing patterns. How certain people only spoke when others were watching. How stories changed slightly, depending on who repeated them. How attention itself was more powerful than truth. And instead of trying to clear my name again, I started building something else quietly. Something that didn't depend on convincing anyone. Something that worked on structure instead of emotion. And while everyone thought I was gone, I was actually learning how influence really moves. Not in loud ways, but in small repeated actions that slowly shape perception over time. And months passed like that. Until the same people who once made me the joke started repeating the same pattern again. On someone else. Because people who don't reflect never stop. They just change targets. And that's when I realized something important. Revenge doesn't always mean destroying someone the way they destroyed you. Sometimes it means letting them continue long enough to expose themselves. And I didn't interfere. I didn't confront. I didn't argue. I just made sure the truth had space to exist without interference. And slowly the same people who built the story started getting caught inside it. Because stories always collapse when they become too big to control. And when everything finally came back around, I wasn't standing in front of them anymore, trying to prove anything. I wasn't angry. I wasn't chasing closure. I was just watching them deal with the version of reality they created themselves. And that's when I understood. Real revenge isn't about hurting someone back. It's about becoming someone they can't define anymore. Because once you're no longer part of their story, they lose control of how it ends. And I never said anything after that. I didn't need to. Because by then the story had already corrected itself, without me touching it. And I just walked away from everything that used to matter. Not as someone who won, but as someone who stopped needing to play. the game at all.